bright and early today. We're off to go to a special session with The Walking Dead creator, Robert Kirkman, as well as at least one cast member. So we want to get there really early because it's probably going to be very popular and very busy because it's an open session to anybody at NAB. So that's where we're headed, and hopefully it should be good. See you later.
And we have just the most amazing treat for you this morning. I can see the room is packed. They're standing, they're queuing. My goodness, you did well to get down here. I saw you here very early. Okay, so The Walking Dead has been the #1 show across all television among young adults 18 to 49 for going on 3 years. NAB Show are proud to present to you today Stephen Yeun, comic book creator and series executive producer Robert Kirkman, and AMC president Charlie Collier, as they provide a rare perspective on the continuing evolution of AMC's captivating drama. Moderated by TV Guide magazine's executive editor Michael Schneider, the panel will also explore the key elements underpinning the show's continued success in this golden age of television.
Leading today's discussion is the executive editor of TV Guide magazine, Michael Schneider. And it's my great pleasure to welcome Michael to us. So Michael, the stage is yours.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for mentioning it is 9 in the morning, so I think it's appropriate we're doing The Walking Dead right now. A couple of you actually look like The Walking Dead, so thanks for making it up this early. We've got a great panel for you. Obviously, The Walking Dead, the biggest show in television, in both 18 to 49 and total viewers. Not bad for a little show on AMC, a little cable network that until a few years ago was running old movies. Now, of course, a big network with a lot of big hits like Walking Dead and Better Call Saul and a lot more. So let's meet our panelists right now. First up, the president and general manager of AMC, Charlie Collier. He oversees the creative and business operations of AMC and Sundance TV as of a few weeks ago. He joined AMC as general manager in 2006, was promoted to president in 2008, and named Sundance TV chief in just a couple weeks ago in 2015.
And thank you for all that applause. I know you're here to me.
Exactly. And oversaw the transformation of AMC into a powerful force in television. Yada yada yada. You've heard the spiel. Next up, Mr. Robert Kirkman, the writer and executive producer. The Walking Dead, as well as many others. His latest title, Outcast, is being turned into a Cinemax series. He's even got a movie coming out later this year, Air, Mr. Robert Kirkman. And finally, his early credits included guest stints on The Big Bang Theory, Warehouse 13, and Law & Order LA. Most recently, he appeared on Drunk History and Comedy Bang Bang, but of course you guys know him as Glenn on The Walking Dead, Mr. Stephen Yeun. Get the hug. Exactly. Thanks, guys, for coming and being here at NAB.
Wait, you're doing other stuff? Come on, man. What are you doing to me? Listen, we'll talk. Okay. But, I think the honest truth is, I'm not doing all this stuff by myself. I think, having the amazing showrunners and Scott Gimple and Dave Erickson, who's working on Fear the Walking Dead, the novels I do with J. Bond and Singa, picking talented people to work with, picking people that, it's not just a job for them, it's something that they're really invested in, something they really care about. Scott Gimple can, he reminds me of things that happen in the comic often. I think he definitely knows those things better than I do. He doesn't refer to them as those things, for one. But I think, having an AMC, a network that, actually really cares about this, getting notes from them is like, I work with a lot of different networks and stuff now, and it's always a treat to get notes from them because they always ask the right questions and they always, seem to understand the material, in a really unique way. And it's just, I think just, really working with great people and making sure that everyone at every different level of working on various aspects of The Walking Dead, really care about making the best stuff.
It started as a passion project for almost everybody we ran into, and I think actually, go back to the cast and crew, people do rush back to this show. They build the rest of their year around getting back to the show, in not just the people who are under contract, but people who just want to be there. And I think everyone who works on it at AMC takes it very personally and tries to sort of see that passion continues to everyone who comes into the mix.
Yeah, it's worth going back to the very beginning. Robert, you recently developed The Walking Dead on a broadcast network, but then
We don't need to talk about that.
at the NAB. But talk about bringing it to AMC and ultimately how it turned into what we see today. And Charlie, you too, what was your first reaction when a zombie project hit your doorstep?
Well, I'll tell you this, if you have the compendium that they put out, which is, a collection of the first works of the graphic novel, he writes a foreword that we literally copied, handed out to the staff, and tried to live by. And it talks about, and I'll paraphrase, you can do much better, but it talks about...
I hear about this 800-word thing I put in a book when I was like 21 all the time, so...
But think about, here's what it said in far too summarized form. It said that, we all love what a zombie movie is, but when, they go to the end of the movie and they're on the dock holding hands and the sun is rising or setting, I always wondered, well, what happened then? They have to live, and how do you become a good parent in the apocalypse, and who are you going to be? And you got this pizza guy who is chosen and not chosen to become a leader of people in such a meaningful way, and it was a character drama like so much of what we had done, and then it was a zombie story, and we've tried to hold true to that and took it very seriously. So we sort of trot out those 800 words quite a bit just to make sure we never try to call it a zombie show, because it's so much more.
I would definitely say that I had a very weird, unnatural passion for zombie stories, just because, say when I would watch them, I wouldn't really see the zombies tearing people apart. I would look at the people and be like, what happens next? Where's this going? I gotta find out more. So that's what we try to do. But look, all the development phases and all the early stuff, working with AMC, at every step of it, they're approving scripts, and I'm like, they're not gonna make this show. We're filming the show, and I'm like, they're not going to put this on air.
You kept saying that. It's like, you're not going to do this.
Yeah,
you're not going to do this.
I never in a million years thought that it would actually happen, just because, and I have to give AMC credit for this. They never should have made it. It's such a strange proposition to do a television show where human people are dead and they're eating other people. It's just the weirdest. Think about it. Before The Walking Dead's on TV, no one is going to put that on TV. And so I'm sitting there the whole time going, look, people like the comic, but you guys are crazy.
So if you're going to pitch a piece of material, I advise you lead with that. You guys are nuts. You shouldn't do this.
Exactly, and then it'll become the #1 show on television.
Well, it is always amazing to me that, and not just obviously our work, but all of these start with an agreement. You bet on a great piece of talent, and then it starts with an agreement to go. And sure, you look back, and it looks easy once the thing worked, but I guess I'm glad we didn't really hear that portion of the pitch. You talked a lot about character.
Most of that I was saying to myself, but...
Well, Robert, you've said in past interviews that you could see the comic go for 1,000 issues.
Yeah.
So up until you're, 99. And at that point...
I hope to die with the comic unfinished.
Issue number 999.
I'm going to keep eating cheeseburgers.
But you've said you hope eventually the story sort of, as society sort of rebuilds and redeems itself, that eventually you might get to that point where, it becomes this story of hope and rebirth and a new society.
Yeah, I actually, it is viewed as a somewhat bleak story, but I definitely see it as a hopeful, uplifting story, but it's because I can see
You can see that,
See the long tail.
Yeah, most people are seeing like this little cross-section and like, wow, this is really depressing. These poor people are living through a lot of stuff, but it's a means to an end. And
How much input do you get in casting characters that are brought directly from the comic book, and can we get Henry Rollins as Negan, please?
I like Henry Rollins. He's actually a really good actor. You've seen him in a lot of stuff. That would be neat. Can't comment specifically on any casting stuff. Who knows if Negan's ever going to appear in the show? He's definitely going to appear in the show. But who knows?
Sorry, Steve.
Who knows? Again, we don't adapt things directly. You never know. But also, wouldn't it be like kind of obvious if we did the exact same thing from the comic? Yeah, that'd be great.
But we do get a lot of suggestions about people who they'd love to see. We get a lot of email, a lot of calls about, have you thought about, and his name's come up before.
Yeah, but I mean, as one of the executive producers, I definitely have, a lot of input as to who gets cast, unless you're out there and you're an actor, and then I have no, I can't help you. I'm really sorry.
Is there a veto power, though, involved?
I mean, I think that we all work together as producers so that we all are on the same page most of the time, and there have been some times where, we've had spirited discussions, but there's never been any need for a veto power. But if there was a veto power in existence, I would be the one that has the power.
Thanks. All right, we'll go over here now.
Yes, hi. When I was in college, I studied social philosophy, and the strange thing about it is how relevant it is to your show. So the governor is sort of like this Joseph Stalin character, charismatic, but doing horrible things. And you have a lot of themes like justice is the will of the stronger. Then you have these little sub-societies like the Daryl Joy's the guys who claim everything, sort of like Nevada and the gold rush. So I'm just wondering, do you have specific influences in terms of your ideas of creation of society philosophically that influenced you?
This is where everyone learns how not smart I am. But I think Scott Gimple is a tremendously intelligent human being and probably does, the claimer thing was definitely, his creation. And I'm a fan of human nature. I love, just trying to be a bystander in life and paying attention to the different ways that people's minds work, and because I think it's fascinating that all of us are actually substantially different and we don't really notice it or we don't really pay attention because most of us are so narcissistic. We just assume that everyone is making the same decisions based on the things that we're basing them on, but I think it's actually not the case. And so, just as a fan, I read up on stuff like that, and I try to spitball, different things, but I'm certainly not educated in those things. So I'm just winging it.
You're selling yourself a little. He is.
Robert's super dumb.
It is. It's a drag. We pull him along. But I know you've said before that you've studied sort of the breakdown of society after World War II and looked at sort of used that as an inspiration and sort of chronicling the breakdown after his own.
Well, yeah, I did try to study different periods in time where things were somewhat apocalyptic, just as just to see how people deal with that stuff. But that's not fun to talk about.
And then you stick the knife in the zombie.
Yeah, crossbow.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm a Walking Dead addict. So I've been an extra a few times on the show, and I live near Atlanta, and I really enjoy being on set. So I'm just curious if you've thought about it, how many seasons you might go from this point, how long you would like it to go, or is it kind of like the comics, you're just going to wing it?
How many seasons do we get to go, Charlie?
Well, as many as we can.
I think we're in a unique position in that the show is very successful, but this isn't the kind of show where the creative team is going to say, it's important to us that we end it here, which I think is something that happens with a lot of television shows. I think that the story that we're trying to tell is so big, and the framework is set in the comics. I think, I'm producing more than 12 issues a year with artist Charlie Adlard, and all of that stuff is you know, stuff that we would like to someday adapt into the show, and it's something that Scott Gimple and I talk about a lot. And I think that because our story is so large, you know, the potential is there for us to go, you know, a lot of seasons without us losing the integrity that you sometimes do on a TV show when you go past your season 7 or 8 mark, when people, you know, start getting less interested in it and everything. Just because our long-term goal was to tell this unrealistically massive, huge story. So by going season after season after season, we actually are maintaining the integrity of what we originally set out to do. So I think there's a possibility to go for many, many years, but if everybody stops watching it next year, season 7 will be the last one.
Well, I do think he wasn't joking about the hopefulness of the series. I think you look at Alexandria and you see that it is a bit of a rebuild, and it's certainly a reset for these characters. I don't know how you felt when you saw Carol in the sweater the first time, but that's a moment we haven't seen in a while, and I do think the evolution of this story and how fresh it becomes and how real it is, to the earlier question, and relatable, makes it something that can go for a long while. I would like some of those fresh baked cookies. Exactly.
Hello again. It has been quite the eventful day, but a very good day. So last time I talked to you, we were up early and heading off to see the Walking Dead panel, and it was definitely worth us going early because we happened to be the first in line and ended up getting seats that were right in the front row center. So we thoroughly enjoyed that. Robert Kirkman, the creator, was there, as well as the actor who plays Glenn, as well as the AMC executive. So it was quite entertaining. Some spoilers if you haven't seen all of the seasons. Robert Kirkman was actually quite funny. I didn't know much about him, and especially since Walking Dead isn't necessarily a comedic show, but I was surprised that he was quite funny. And then we just kind of walked the trade show floor, checked out some different vendors, and then visited the Adobe booth, saw some presentations by them, and saw, oh, I just blanked out. It's been a long day. Andrew Kramer. We saw Andrew Kramer, who is the creator of Video Copilot, which, if you don't know, is a set of plugins that you can use in After Effects to do special effects work and that sort of stuff. So he was interesting to see, and Scott was very excited because he got to actually meet him afterward and get a picture with him and all that, so that was good. And then after that, we were pretty exhausted. We hadn't eaten all day, so we grabbed a bite to eat and are just hanging out at the room for now, trying to relax and kind of recover some of our energy, since it's been kind of a go schedule since we got here to Vegas. And tonight, the only plan really is to go to dinner with Drew, who is actually my boss, if you don't know, so that should be a good time. And other than that, we may walk around a bit more, do a little bit shopping, or it may just be an early night if we're completely exhausted, but we will see. So that is the update for now. I will try to insert some of the footage from today's events, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Well, hello there. It is sadly our last day here in Vegas, but so far it's been a good one. We slept in a tad bit more this morning because it's been a long, exhausting week, but good and fun, of course. And we went to the trade show again today to check out some more things, and then had a nice lunch at the Yard House, and are currently taking a small break before we head over to pick up our tickets for tonight, because we are seeing the Britney Spears Piece of Me show tonight, which I'm very excited about because I'm a big Britney fan, if you didn't know. And Scott will enjoy it as well. He will enjoy the Britney show. But yes, we are heading home tomorrow. A little sad about that, going back to real life and reality. So, we might see you later. But, we shall see. So we are about ready to go. Very excited. It should be a good time. So we won't be taking the camera because we're probably not allowed to tape, but we will try to take a few pictures. So I just thought I'd show you what I am wearing for this performance.
Tell them this is your birthday gift.
Oh, by the way, this is my birthday gift. So I am wearing my black pants from American Eagle. This top is from New York & Company, as is the sweater. The sweater is just only for if I get cold because sometimes the air conditioning is cold. And I was going to try to get a new top for tonight, but I didn't find anything that I liked. So this will be it. All right, we'll see you after the show. So we're here waiting for the Britney show. We're in the VIP line, which means we don't have to wait in line with all the other people. And we're the first ones in it, so it should be good to go in. It's very exciting. Hello, I don't know if you can hear me over this loud music, but the countdown has begun. I don't know if I'm getting it, hopefully. And I am very excited for the show to begin. Yay! Hello everyone, it's been a while since I last talked to you. We have now gotten home from Vegas and it was a wonderful trip and I ended up enjoying vlogging. It's been a bit of a longer process than I expected editing, but you should have seen some by now. This is the end of this series of vlogs, but if you did enjoy watching them, please be sure to subscribe to my channel for any future vlogs. And if you liked them, definitely give it a thumbs up. And feel free to comment and let me know what else I could do, if there's any other types of videos that you'd like to see, or if you'd like me to continue doing vlogs. Don't know if my life at home is quite as exciting as it is when traveling, but if that's something that you'd like to see, definitely let me know. And if there's anything else other than vlogs that you'd like to see, let me know that too, and I will try to do that for you. But I look forward to hearing your feedback, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you very much for watching.